Hello and welcome back to Med School. Our today's topic is about cell junction. In this video, we will see what are the different type of cell junction, where they are located in our body, and what are the structure involved in it in their formation. So let's begin with our topic. As you can see from its definition that it is a connection between neighboring cells or between cell and extracellular matrix. Normally, a cell junction is used to connect the neighboring cell or it is used to connect the cell to the extracellular matrix. Classification of cell junction. Cell junction is of two types. Intracellular junction, which means cell to cell connection. Intracellular junction subtypes are tight junction, gap junction, adherent junction, and desmosomes. Cell to extracellular matrix. In this, we have focal junction, anchoring junction, and hemidesmosome junction. We have second type of classification of cell junction, which is based on permeability of the junction and different types of protein involved in their formation. This include occluding junction, communicating junction, and anchoring junction. First, we will see what is occluding junction. This type of cell junction prevents intracellular exchange of substance from one cell to another cell. It also prevents the movements of ions and molecules. The example of occluding junction is tight junction. Tight junction. Tight junction is also known as zona occludens. It is present at apical margin of the epithelial and endothelial cells. It is present in intestinal mucosa, renal tubule, capillary, and choroid plexus. Its main function is to prevent the transport of intracellular substance. As you can see in the image, the two cells are connected by tight junction. Now, if we see it broadly, the two cells are connected by tight junction and this is done with the help of protein. Here we have two type of proteins, integral protein and peripheral protein. Integral protein involve occludin, claudin and junctional protein, while peripheral protein involves cingulin, symphalicin, and zonula occludin. The integral protein is the main protein which form the ridge, which is shown in the red color, and the peripheral protein is the protein which is attached to the integral protein and provides strength to the ridge of integral protein. The peripheral protein is shown in the green. Function of tight junction. It holds the neighboring cell firmly and provides strength and stability. It is selective barrier for small molecule and totally barrier for large molecule. Fencing function, which means that it does not allow the lipid or proteins to pass through it. It also forms blood-brain barrier, which only allow the passage of lipid-soluble substance and steroid hormones. Now we move on to our second type of cell junction, which is communicating junction. It allows the intracellular exchange of substance, movement of ion and molecule from one cell to another. It is just opposite of tight junction. It includes two type of junctions, gap junction and chemical synapse. Gap junction. The cytoplasm of two cells are connected by the channel which is formed by the membrane of both the cells. This channel is formed by six subunit of protein called connexin. As you can see in the image, six molecules of connexin fuse together and form intracellular channels. This channel allows the passage of glucose, amino acids, and ions. It also allows the exchange of chemical messengers. It also allows the propagation of action potential. Regulation of connexin. If there is increase in intracellular calcium ions, then it will cause decrease in the diameter of connexin and it will not allow the passage of molecules. On the other hand, acidic environment cause closure of this channel and alkaline environment cause opening of these channels. Anchoring junction. This junction provides the mechanical attachment between cell to cell or cell to extracellular matrix. It gives structural integrity between the tissue. It is present in heart muscle and epidermis of skin. This connection takes place by two types of filament, actin filament and intermediate filament. In actin filaments, if there is cell to cell connection, then this is known as adherent junction, and if there is cell to extracellular matrix connection, then this is known as focal junction. On the other hand, in intermediate filaments, if the junction is between cell to cell, then this is known as desmosome, and if the junction is between cell to extracellular matrix, then this junction is known as hemidesmosomes. Now we will see each junction one by one. Our first junction is adherent junction. It is a cell to cell junction and it is connected with the help of actin filament. It is present between epithelial lining, epidermis and heart. As you can see in the image, The red color protein, which is cadherin, a transmembrane protein, it is used to held the adjacent cell together. While on the other hand, focal junction is a junction between cell and extracellular matrix, but it also contains the same filament, which is actin. It is present between epithelial lining and basal lamina. Integrin is a transmembrane protein which helps in adhesion. As you can see in the image, the red color protein, which is integrin, is used to connect the cell and extracellular matrix. Now we will see what are the types of cell junction which involve intermediate filament. In this condition, our first junction is desmosome. It is a type of cell-to-cell junction, and the filament here is intermediate filament. Filaments are arranged in parallel fashion or in radiating fashion. It is present between epithelial lining and skin. It contains a transmembrane protein called cadherins, which is the same protein which we use in adherent junction, where the filament was actin filament. Now our second type of junction with intermediate filament is hemidesmosomes. Hemidesmosome is a type of cell to extracellular matrix junction. It is also connected with the help of intermediate filament. It is present between epithelial lining and it contains the transmembrane protein which is integrin. As you can see in the image, this cell is connected to extracellular matrix by integrin protein. It was all about the cell junction which is present in our body. I hope you like this short video about the cell junctions. Stay tuned for more videos from med school and thank you for watching.